Hello again from my front porch. I'm actually here in Washington, D.C. again. My office actually is on the other side of that tree. I'm here overlooking the canal area here. See, there's a whole, well, you can't quite see there. Anyway, I got my mask on. I don't really need to keep it on outdoors. They have a rule here in D.C. that you have to wear it everywhere where you're in public indoors. A lot of people still wear them outdoors, but I was wearing it because this is what I want to talk about today. Now, I've talked about this before where I don't really like these things. Not a lot of people really do. And I do think it's unfortunate that there's a lot of misconceptions about what these do and don't do. That I think it is all bordering on criminal, the number of times in which we mislead people to think that this protects you from getting the coronavirus. And it may help. It may reduce some of the stuff in the air they can get to, but that's not really what they do. They reduce, if you've got something, from you spreading it to somebody else. Oh, look, there goes one of the presidential helicopters. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right there. There it is. Yeah, see. But they reduce the stuff that if I'm sick, they reduce how much I spew out to somebody else, but they don't really do a lot to protect me from you if you're sick. Now, if you're sick and wearing a mask and I'm sick wearing a mask, well, maybe there's some good coverage there. The jury's out still a little bit on what that would be, but I mean it's better than nothing. A little bit helps, and I certainly don't disagree with that. Anyway, I don't like wearing them, and I wear it as little as I wear it the minimum amount that I need to. Excuse me, but that being said, I'm respectful of others around me, and whether that's here, it's not just the law to wear it indoors. It's respectful. This is an area where there is a heightened level of concern, and so even though I know I'm not sick, I know I'm not carrying it, I'm still going to wear this where it's expected for me to wear one. And I don't see that as a cop-out, not even at all. Oh, another one back there somewhere. Did you see him go by here pretty soon? I didn't see that one, so I don't know. That kind of stuff happens here all the time. But anyway, so the point that I'm making though is, I don't like wearing the mask, and I openly will talk about the actual facts and realities of what they do and don't do, as opposed to some of the hysteria and the outrageous promises that some people make about them, which again I just think is bordering on criminal to lead people to believe that it actually is going to help you in that way. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with wearing a mask though. And when I'm on the plane, it's expected that you're wearing it. When I'm in the airport, it's expected you're wearing it. Do I wear it all the time in the airport? No, because it's a bit suffocating too, especially after I get off the plane. After I've been wearing it for 2 hours on the plane, I get off the plane, it's like, oh, I need to air that I'm not breathing through fabric. I need to get and the same thing here. If I go into a place and I'm wearing it and I come back outside, it's nice and fresh air outside. I want to breathe some fresh air. However, if there was a group of people around me here, I would be wearing my mask. And I've been walking around, and I'll come across families walking and groups of people walking, and I'll make sure that I put my mask on and wear it. Again, do I feel I need to wear it because I'm sick and I might spread something? No, but they're all wearing masks, and I'm showing respect for them. I'm showing appreciation for them. Oh, now that's an airplane probably taking off from Reagan National Airport, which we're also close to. I'm guessing. Can't see that either. Oh yeah, there it goes. I just caught a glimpse of it. I don't think you can see it up there. Way up there in the sky. But anyway, so I just wanted to pause because there seems to be increasingly two camps: the pro-mask and the anti-mask, and I think that's a mistake as well. Now the pro-mask people can get really rabid and passionate about everybody should be wearing a mask, and the anti-mask people can be very rabid and passionate about nobody should be wearing a mask. Well, the reality is in between, as is often always the case. When we choose two sides, generally truth and reality are in the middle and not on either side. That tends to just be a rule. I should write that down. It's probably, somebody's already probably made that rule, but if not, I should make that rule, write a book about it, and then have it named after me. But still, so I'm going to go back to my office. I was enjoying a nice little lunch where I did wear my mask in the place, except when you're eating and drinking, obviously, of course. But I still wear the mask as a sign of respect. And I guess my view is, oh, hello, airplane. They keep interrupting me while I'm talking. What is wrong with these inconsiderate airplanes? Here goes another one. See, that one's up there again. Must be the same flight plan. But my point about the masks is, it's perfectly fine to point out the limitations. It's perfectly fine to note that they are not the cure-all that some people try to sell them to be. But it's also absolutely fine to be respectful of others. There's nothing wrong with wearing it, even if I don't think it's bringing big major value to me. It's not about how does it benefit me. That's not the sole concern, and that is a very selfish mindset, in fact, to be in that mindset. It's about what we're doing as a group for each other. And don't worry, for some of you who may be thinking, well, Paul, are you drinking the Kool-Aid? Are you getting on board with this? Everybody should be wearing a mask. No, I still think it's kind of pointless. In fact, I'll really throw you a curve. I think it's okay for all the kids to go back to school, and part of that is because I also know that the issue is not how many people test positive for coronavirus. It's how many people have medical issues because of testing positive. Because there are hundreds of thousands of people who test positive, who have no symptoms whatsoever, who have no need to be in the hospital, who have no issues. Now, the problem, of course, are those who do have issues. But for those who don't have issues, testing positive means nothing. And the majority of people don't even test positive, and those who do, the majority of those don't need medical help. The CDC is supposedly borderline to downgrading it from being a pandemic because the number of actual deaths is diminishing. Because they don't base it on the positive test, they base it on the mortality rate. And we're staying on top of that. We're keeping that as minimal as possible. And so, again, it's not necessary. I know this is heretical to say, but it's not really a bad thing if a bigger number of people test positive. What matters is, are we able to take care of those who need medical intervention and medical help? That's the issue, and that's what we should be primarily focusing on, not trying to prevent anybody from getting it, because that's a fool's errand. We're not, unless we all isolate ourselves and shut down for months in our homes and never see anybody or do anything. There's no other way around it. So anyway, I wear my mask as a sign of respect to others, not because I think it benefits me personally, but because others around me want to see me wearing the mask and want and need for me to be wearing my mask, because it makes them feel better. It creates a better element of safety where I'm at. Am I wearing it all the time? No. But do I wear it where it makes sense and where it's a considerate thing to do? Absolutely. And so I'd encourage you to consider that as well, that you can still be outspoken about the masks don't do everything, but it doesn't still hurt you to wear one when you're in a situation where it's expected to wear one. It's not going to kill you. It's not healthy to wear it all the time, but it's not going to kill you for a little bit to wear it while you're in a store, in a building, or with a group of people who you never know. So anyway, that's my little bit of thoughtful wisdom that I had over lunch today. And with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.